and we have at least 3 ambassadors here. Maybe I missed someone. Please let me know, because I only can, there's 3 Nan here, and me, Wei Wu, and Akira. So if some other ambassador and join the meeting, please add your name after this. So as a routine introduction, we can people can join the mailing list to see if we have any new notice or information here. And today is it's a Wednesday. For me, it's Wednesday. Okay. For me, it's Thursday, and March 10 for me, and for most of you guys, maybe it's still Wednesday. And yeah, it's a Beijing time. And the schedule, you can see schedule here, and let's still have a whole bunch of open hour is coming, and I guess Wei Wu and I and the other ambassador will attend the other open hour that is. And the RISC-V Summit video is online, so you can see here the video is online, and if you're interested, you can have a check. So how to get involved with the RISC-V International? You can join by this. See if you can join by this link, and if you want more information about technical information, you can check this link. Yeah, it's new link for all the introduction and information here, maybe the calendar and some other GitHub repo and getting started guide. So I think the people interested about the organization of a technical of the RISC-V Foundation technical group. So you can check this slide. It will be up to date. It will be updated by the other engineer or the employee in foundation. And so there's some other schedule for frozen status and dashboard here, and yeah. So a lot of different information will be shared here, and the other ecosystem stuff, you can check this extension and feature support here. And so I guess the most interesting for me will be the how to get involved and how to join the meeting. So I guess people can check the working group mailing list and also the technical meeting calendar. So we have the technical meeting almost every day and every week. Some meeting is bi-week, some meeting is most of meeting I guess is bi-week meeting or weekly meeting. If you're interested, you can check this calendar and join the meeting. But maybe you need to log into this system for me. So that's the calendar snapshot, and you can join the list calendar by this link. And if you wanted to see this, I will paste the link here. Let me see if I can. Chat, where's chat?
Under more?
Yes. Thank you. Yes. That's the link of calendar. If someone cannot haven't accessed the slide, you can check this link here, and more link for the other schedule like this. The open hour, you can check this link. Sorry, I didn't pay this earlier. Then the technical group overview is here. And the schedule. Okay, so I guess that's the most important link for us. So I just go through this as a routine, and the most interesting part I think will be so yeah, this slide has been updated because I just noticed the patch for SVPBNT be posted 2 days ago, version 7. Although there is a patch since name under my name, but most of the job is finished by Guoren from T-Hat and the engineer from Ovina. So I just I just help for update 1 or 2 version, but the work most of all finished by T-Hat engineer and the Ovina engineer. So the reason why this patch has been delayed and has been reviewed several times because we switched to different solution for the SVPBNT. It may be that it could be the other, it could be a new solution or a different way to solve this problem, but eventually upstream and maintainer wanted to solve this problem by the alternative way. So they're called alternative way to solve the problem. So yeah, it's a good way, and I think this patch will be merged into the mainline soon, and the T-Hat IP core and could be support from the upstream very soon. I guess it will. So D1, which is a C906 or 906 or the 910 will be support. So this just update, just be posted 2 days ago.
I forgot when was the next merge window, and what was the release number? Yeah, I was a bit away from kernel mailing list.
Yeah, me too actually.
Okay.
I haven't, you can see the kernel for D1 and Starfire Vision 5 board haven't been updated for almost 2 months. So I also haven't got the time to see that. So do you know this? Anyone can provide info? Would you do you know that?
Yeah. So what?
When is the next merge window? So the Palmer may able to include these D1 supporting patches. If it's missing the next merge window, then it's going to be delayed to next kernel release. But
I'm not sure. I don't know exactly date of the merging window. So perhaps the attendance in this meeting, if you know, you can just open mic and.
I can see some other kernel engineer is attending the meeting, and maybe someone can provide information. Like I can see Zhang Jian, right? You are here, and if you know, please let us know, and we
Oh, I see. I think I see email from Palmer on March 5th for adding Git pull for the 5.17-RC7. So yeah, the next kernel version is coming 5.17, and based on whenever Linus will like to be, say, as a stable or not stable, but as a fixed. So but yeah, probably this kind of the large changes from the D1 supporting D1 is probably it's going to be in 5.18. Then 2 or 3 months from now, I probably.
Yes. I guess we haven't go for me, our kernel stopped at 17. Yes, 5.17. And the next step for us will be update the Fedora kernel to 17, and yeah, later. And we are busy on some other things, so yeah, we haven't noticed that.
So do we get enough IC from the maintainers for those patches?
Sorry, again?
Do we get the IC from the maintainers right now? Sorry if you already mentioned. Okay,
yes,
so
yes.
yeah,
you can check this.
Yeah, so
yeah.
So does the patch already merge into the Linux next tree?
Okay.
If a patch is already merged into the Linux next, we would expect it could merge into the next merge window, which is 5.18. I'm not sure if yes, I mean if already merged into the Linux next tree, it could be probably merged into the next merge window. Yeah.
Okay. So
yeah, we need Palmer to pull it to Linux RISC-V Next or something. Yes, similar name to be in the 5.18.
Yes. So there's from the mailing list, I haven't got any. I think just 2 days ago. So we haven't got any feedback from maintainer, and still, all the patch are size of by haven't got any feedback. So I think we still need to wait for several days for the feedback from the maintainer. But from the version 6, what I can see, Palmer and some other maintainer already have some discussion online. So it's a good positive size to this will be at least get attention from maintainer. Yeah.
Wei Fu, are you with T-Head?
No, I'm the Red Hat engineer. You can see my background.
I see. Yes, okay, I do see that. Yes.
Yeah, you can see my background. That's my company. Yeah. So I just very interested about the different development board and for RISC-V. So for now, I and my colleague focus on RISC-V, and in my team, even my team is for on server. So yeah.
Okay, I'm trying to work with the 910.
Okay.
And I'm having a little trouble. I'm working on a kernel, but it's not Linux. And I have it running on.
Which kernel?
I'm sorry.
Which kernel? You mean it's not Linux?
Plan 9.
Could you?
You may not know it. It's a Unix-like system.
Yeah, it's Plan 9. It's not
Plan 9.
Not a Linux. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So I have it running on several other RISC-V boards, including the PolarFire Icicle. But I'm having real trouble. As soon as I try to turn on paging, something happens. I'm guessing it's a series of faults. I've been looking at the 910 manual, and I've had it translated by Google Translate into English. And it seems to be pretty readable. I'm just wondering, are there things that I need to know that are not in the manual?
Okay.
Yeah,
so maybe you can let me know which paragraph, which diagram, which sentence or something you maybe the Google translation may be wrong. So you can send this to us. Let us know, and we can find some kernel engineer from T-Head directly and see if they can help. Okay.
Okay. I haven't spotted anything that looks confusing in the manual. I just wondered whether it was complete, or there were other manuals that I needed to consult.
So would you mind to post the not post? I mean, you can send an email to us, and maybe Wei Wu and the engineer called Guo Ren. I'm not sure if he is in the meeting. Let me see.
I've seen his name. Yes.
Yeah, and by the way, we do have a SafeNet email. Something like the SafeNet we can contact with. If anytime you see that the RISC-V related material was written in Chinese language, and you're not sure that whether there's some missing content missing or the wrong in the manual or the paper, that at last you can send the mail URL and also come to the china@risc-v.org, so that the email will forward your mail to me, and I will contact the writer who wrote the manual and find out if that's really something. So basically, for the manual, if no one reads the manual definitely has something missing.
Yes.
Unless you pour your time into it, you can find a lot of things are missing, and so it like need interaction. It needs any manual needs a reader, reader, and find what's the bugs in the manual.
All right. Well, thank you. Yeah, I've also looked at the GitHub repo from T-Semi, I guess it is, T-Head Semi. Looked at the Linux source, and that all looks pretty normal to me. I don't see a lot of T-Head specific code in there, actually. For what it's worth.
Okay. For this question, like if you wanted to ask about C910, and you can follow this. You can call. You can write an email to this guy. This guy is the author, the original author of this patch. So he is the expert of that. You can just ask him about 910. Yes.
All right, I will do that. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you for the question. It's a very, very good question. Yeah. Okay. I guess other than that, anyone wanted to discuss about kernel patch set or something? If not, we can go on. And if you know, okay. Anyone wanted to say something about it? Okay, cool. So let's go about that's something I'm familiar with since I hosted this meeting with Wei Wu. So I think that's something I'm most interesting and familiar with. So in China, we have several new chip with coming out, like the CAN-drive K510 is the new chip for RISC-V, based on RISC-V, and it's another, just people may be very familiar with K210, right? So I guess it's a very popular development board in the market, but K510 is coming, so maybe you can check the link, see if you are interested about that.
Okay.
It's another Linux capable chip. So of course, K210 maybe it can run Linux, but it's a modified Linux. It's not a original, which enable MMU Linux.
Right.
But this one K510, you can run the actual Linux, the upstream. Maybe you can do some upstream Linux on that, and it's a dual core RISC-V. It's a much, and also including some AI processor into that inside the chip. So I think it will be more, fun. It's more funny for the developer.
Do you know what products will be able to buy it in?
No yet. We just know that there's a new chip and they are testing that. That's what we know. But it's a very good one. And T-Hat has a C910, has a new C910 chip maybe, and I'm not sure if it really announced that the name, but I don't know the name. I just know there's a C910. So it's a very powerful chip. So it's coming. And from Starfire, they have a 7110. There's a new chip which is a upgrade version of 7100.
Yes, so, I've been waiting for that one. Any idea when it will be available?
Yeah. Probably everybody is waiting for 7110.
Waiting for this.
Sorry.
No, everybody is waiting for 7110.
Yes, because it has a PCIe Gen 2, although it's a Gen 2, but you can add the SSD or N2 SSD on it. So it's very for now you can make a laptop prototype with this chip. So and I think it has graphic accelerator unit inside, and it's a quad-core chip. So yeah, it's a very good one, and I think we can have it at least in several months. Okay. So actually, we are working on that, the kernel and the U-boot. We will working on the kernel and U-boot very soon, and yeah, it's a because there's some there's some project with that. There's some project with that. So the other development board, like from BL 606 or 608. It's a Wi-Fi chip, Wi-Fi IoT chip, and I think there's some development board on the market in the market. In the other one is TIH T690. It's a network processor. So if you're interested about OpenWRT or the network, the router operation system, maybe that's a good development board for that. I'm trying to contact with them and see if we got a chance to have a making a development board, the router development board for that. So that's what I know, and maybe some other people have some good news for the chip. Like, Wei-Wu, do you have any good news for that?
Yeah, not really. So, yeah, not really. No much news about this.
Okay. So I think, you know, let's some development board is happening, and not just this. From what I know, at least one or two company very interested about RISC-V server chip. So in the coming year, we can have server chip for RISC-V. Yeah. So because we wanted to push RISC-V as a secondary arch for Fedora. So we need a server level development board can put into our Koji system, which include BMC. We can remotely control the development board and let the build system runs automatically. So we may need this. And actually, I guess Wei-Wu is taking the lead of laptop. Is I guess this reachable target and goal this year. We can using the 7110 to make a development board to make a prototype for laptop this year.
Yeah, actually, I'm actually leading the software part. At least now, I myself did not get involved in producing the hardware laptops, but I do hope that and optimistic that they are going to be a RISC-V laptops by the end of this year, either using the chips from SAFI or SoC from other companies. So I see in the chat window that Jim said the Intel Pulse Creek maybe in summer. So I think that the comment is about the new development boards.
Okay. All right, and so after the development board, we may interest about, for me at least, for me, we are interested about Linux distro. So I will make some introduction or state update for Fedora, and we will do some update for Gen 2 and Arch Linux. So first of all, for Fedora, from the development side, we trying to make some multimedia update for Fedora 33. So when we do that, we find out this distribution, this version is very dated, and we cannot do, a lot of dependency is broken, and we cannot moving forward with the new version of the multimedia and like FFmpeg. We cannot really working on that right now. So we decide to upgrade to 36. So since at the beginning of this year, we working on that. We got some support from China Academy of Science and get a server, get some server for the Koji system and building a new Koji system for Fedora 36. For now, we already building more than 1,000 SRPM, and it's enough for a basic Koji system and basic mock NOCK. That's a mechanism inside the Koji. Koji using the mod as in the builder to build a package for us. So for now, we face at the very beginning, we using Fedora 36 as a base to build 33 to build 36. Then we find out the Python and Perl version is too dated. Python is 3.9. It's very dated. And for now, the latest Python is 3.11 or maybe 12. So for now, we're trying to upgrade the Python to the latest version. And it works. I guess we learned something from Arch Linux and Gen 2 and see if we can get some patch from that. Right now, we already successfully upgrade Python to the latest, to the Fedora 36 version, which I guess is 3.10 or than that. And for the Perl, we are working on that. We're trying to upgrade the version to 5.34. Because we are working on that. I guess we can finish that in 1 or 2 days. So the reason we are doing that because we're trying to follow the upstream, follow the raw version of Fedora, and make sure every package could build with the latest version. And yeah, and that's the first step to make Red Hat enterprise version available. So actually, first of all, we need to follow the mainstream, and then once Red Hat consider that's a good timing to have our commercial operation system. We can make this system, we can make real for RISC-V very soon. So yeah, we are working on that, and I think we can have this imaging for the development board we just mentioned, right? We just mentioned several development board like C910 and the new development board from Starfire very soon. So I think the first target for Fedora 36 will be the T-Hat development board and the Starfire development board. So if you know some other development board is available, of course the profile will be a very good option for that. And also the unmatch is a good option for the new distribution. So, but anyway, we working on that, and the imaging will coming out definitely in this month. So yeah, that's all the update for Fedora. And great thanks to Chinese Canadian Science and PLCD. They doing a lot of help to us, and also and provide some resource, human resource, and we are working on the patch upstream to mainstream Fedora. So thank you very much for that. And okay, Wei-Wu, you can continue some other introduction.
Yeah, so you can you just go to the next page? Yes. Yeah, so we have collected a few updates from many projects and the maintainers, contributors every 2 weeks. But unfortunately, that the rest of the slides, some of them are written or partially in Chinese and partially in English. I will try my best to translate before I upload or publish it. So the first is the Gentoo update. So there's a small group of people was contributing to porting the Gentoo Linux. So currently the on Unmatched and the D1, the Gentoo is somehow in a very good shape. So I can easily deploy Gentoo on Unmatched. Actually, I just deployed 2 Unmatched yesterday, and there some basic graphic GUI, window manager, and even some open source games can run on Unmatched very fluently, I think. I'm not sure I use the correct word. And currently they're just porting more packages. Yeah, so okay, so the D-line is the actual leader for porting the Gentoo on RISC-V platform. Okay, so next slide. Yeah, for the Arch Linux, that I think Arch is roughly run faster a little bit than other distributions. So for the core repos, I think that they done the work, and for the extra part, they reached out that more than 18.5%, and more than 150 packages were fixed during last 2 weeks. And for the community packages, there are more than 260 packages were porting to, or the failures can be fixed. So there are going to be clear, there's some kind of upgradation. So if a package take example of the JS in 89 build succeed, but when upgraded to the 91, it may fall again on RISC-V. So due to this not the Tier 1 platform. So basically we on each Linux distribution we need to fix the failures or on RISC-V platform again and again. It's kind of periodically work, and every time the version upgrades, the work may come. Yeah, so currently, but I think that there are more than dozens of interns and volunteers are working on Arch. So that they have a really good team working on maintaining the RISC-V ports. Yeah. So does anyone using Arch now? So I think that might be very good to get in touch with Flex on Mars, who is actually maintaining the Arch Linux on RISC-V. Yeah, please next slide. Okay, so they're going from this time on. They're going to some Chinese characters in the screen. So for the AOSP for RISC-V, actually there's two. Historically, there are two teams are working on Android open source projects. One is from the PLC lab, who do it on the team was very small, 2 staff and a few interns were working on porting AOSP to RISC-V. And the T-head is a bigger one. They had done the initial porting to AOSP 10, version 10 to the RISC-V, and currently we are collaborating on porting and upgrading to the AOSP 12, version 12, and still the things are still not done yet. Still working on this. So and I think that if I remember correctly, the AOSP 13 preview is coming. So the time is very limited for the team. So we call for contributors on every aspect of softwares in the AOSP community. So if you are interested, please contribute and get in touch with Wang Zhen or Mao Han, who is the chair of the Android SIG in RISC-V International. Yeah, thank you. So next slide there's just links that if you're interested, you can just the get slide and to see the progress and the open issues, and feel free to open issues or comment on any issues that you are interested in. Okay, so let's go to the next. Next is the RISC-V lab. So that's kind of familiar with. Currently, everything goes well, and there's no big change or big upgradation. So the only bad news is that the PLC lab was trying to pursue that more than 600 MH boards, but turned out that the MH board was the production was cut off. So we finally hopefully we can get 100 extra MH board. So the RISC-V lab may have more than 200 MH board by the end of June. Yeah, that's my best guess. Yeah. Okay. So next, so that's a CI testing progress. They are going to be a CI testing SIG in RISC-V International, and but the things are not going too fast. We just do some spiritual works, just like running benchmarks on D1 and unmatched, and but we want to do some systematically testing, just like we are starting doing on the OpenLight. So we're trying to build every software on every popular distributions and call for many volunteers or testers or triangles to run the programs and see the basic operations. So maybe we can get some performance results. But to be clear, that the RISC-V International itself will not produce any performance data against the specific device or devices among the members. Yeah, but it not limited it does not limit the others too. So yeah, so basically we're just chasing the performance of each open source progress, but not the specific devices. Yeah, so next time is the danger zone. Next slide, we now have a few Chinese words. So I try to translate. So this is just a links of the progress of the RISC-V GCC part. So currently a few patches for the new extensions will get merged. We have the intrinsics of the crystal scalar, and some patch of the ZMO, and some patch of the sub patch of the CMO will get merged. Yeah, so next slide is the clown and PLCD. So this is just a translation work in progress, and I'll just demonstrate that there's some links in it. All the contents in the link are written in English. So the Z things was get merged finally after 6 months or more, or even more, get merged into the ARFM mono repo, and a few new and a few minor patches will also get merged. Yeah. So next, so. Yeah, so this is some okay. So yeah, so we can skip safely to the next slide. Just some new content. For the Cumin part, I think we may have the Cumin maintainer from PLC lab. Not sure.
For the Cumin, when we use that, still have some, I guess, some if we rebuild kernel or some other package with more than 4 core, there's some that locking problems. Just the building is stopped. I guess Arch Linux maintainer or Arch Linux maintainer fix some problem. They provide some patch to us. We rebuild the Cumin that kind of works. The situation getting better, and it's getting better, but still some buildings still broken. Some just stop there. But we don't know why. Is there anyone checking this problem and try to fix that? It seems like the atomic problem. Is that right?
Right. So if I understand correctly, the Arch Linux team working on porting RISC-V had encountered at least 3 issues in QEMU. So they are basically they are trying to do the porting compilation using the QEMU user model, and in the QEMU user model, which I think that maybe it never been used in such a heavy way before. So actually they are trying to using the QEMU user model to compile the whole Arch Linux distribution itself, and they do expose a few bugs, and one of the bugs, two of them have been identified and fixed by the Arch team. Actually, a very excellent job. And one there's still remaining one issue that may deeply inside in the log, multi-disk log or something like that. I'm not familiar with that. In the architectural design of the QEMU user. So that's very hard to fix. I think that's still still not fixed. So actually the Arch team just maintain a list. So the list kind of do not use the QEMU user to compile these packages, because they will fail or have some unproducible results. So the QEMU user is a multi-thread, and there's some very hard to track or debug bugs in the multi-threading model.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the current situation.
For now, for us, for Fedora, when we build some Fedora package, the final solution is we made a core down to 1, and then single core compiling. It's slowed, but at least it works. So what we can do just waiting. We are using user mode, and also because this bug. So I think for the short term, and the good solution is have a real hardware with the good cache system can highly accelerate our building and build. And so the new Starfire development board and the unmatched board and maybe the profile will be save us. But for now, I guess the performance of QEMU and the performance of Unleash kind of the same. Even maybe the QEMU on the high performance server, x86 server, is much better than Unmatched. So for now, we're still using the server to compile our package. Yeah. Okay. Please go.
That's back to the QEMU itself. So actually, there's some. Please go to the yes. So back to the QEMU itself, that many patches had been submitted for review to the mailing list, and they are going to be reviewed, and some of them had already been merged into the QEMU Next. So actually, hopefully we can see many new ratified extensions will be supported in the next QEMU version. And for the V8 for RISC-V support, I think if we're lucky, that the maintainer is also on the meeting. So I'm not sure that is it okay to. Yeah, okay. So now we have Qiuji.
Hi, I'm Qiuji. Let me introduce the V8 status for you. In the last 2 weeks, we are working for the daily maintaining of the V8 RISC-V 64 backend. We commit overall build config for the Chromium project, and we also had ported some upstreaming changes to adapt to the V8. Also, we are working for the RISC-V extension for the implementation of WebAssembly SIMD, because the RISC-V register configuration is different from the other architecture. It has a separate register file, so the register location is to some extent unique to the other architectures in the V8 backend. So we are making great effort to persuade the upstreaming accept our register location patches to the RISC-V backend. Yeah, and also for the Node.js, we are keeping cherry picking from the V8 upstream to the Node.js specific version. Yeah, for the application adapting, we fixed a bug from the report of OpenSUSE. The meta segmentation fault when they build cockpit and running the application, which name is Webpack Make. Yeah, and for there is another news that we had to kick off the porting of RV32G backend for V8. We opening LFX mentorship this week, and working from 3 mentees from 3 countries of the world. It is expected that we will finish the work in 6 months. That's all for the V8 status. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, for the Openjdk part, actually for the 64. RV64 that the original patch was open source and contributed by the Vision team from Huawei, and the Alibaba Openjdk team has also had a contribution on something GC or other parts of this post, and currently they had already going to the upstream of Openjdk, and in the adoption team module or sub project. So hopefully that they can be fully merged in next or future versions. Yeah, and for the next slide is the progress for the RISC-V 32, which was maintained by the PLCD, still working, and based on the RV64 patch set, and it was modified, and currently they had already been the interpreter model had already been built and tested successfully. Currently they're porting C2 JIT compiler. So the JIT compiler is much harder than the interpreter model. So we hopefully that we will have the 4 tests passed by the end of this year. Yeah, so the last time we make some optimistic predictions, and it got delayed basically twice the original prediction. So currently we are less optimistic, and it makes more time for debugging. Yeah, and the next slide is the progress for the Spidermonkey, which is a JavaScript engine of the Firefox. Actually, the RISC-V International and the PLC Lab was open RISC-V mentorship last year, and we included 2 students trying to porting the Spidermonkey JIT compilers, but unfortunately the work had not been done on time. Still in a very initial stage, and currently, thankfully, the Choji and its VA team started to porting Spidermonkey and get in touch with currently still in an initial state, trying to comprise and reproduce the progress. So we are very appreciative that anyone who is interested on compilers can get into this, and more and more volunteers are welcome, and we really need that some new interns or volunteers can contribute on this. Yeah, okay, so the next slide is the OpenOla. The OpenOla is it's a new Linux distribution, original from Huawei, and now it's in an Open Autumn foundation. So still it's still chasing the latest. So I think that SUSE and Arch Linux has a very good support for RISC-V, while the OpenLight is just in the start line and just supporting less than 4,000 packages. There are still 100, 400 packages needs to be put, and more extra packages, roughly 5,000 packages was left unpatched or untested yet. And so next slide is also some progress and tools that they mod by the OpenLight RISC-V project, which was made by the Institute of Software Chinese Academy of Science. It's also the institute that the PLC lab belongs. Yeah, next slide is yeah, I'm not sure that Xiang is in the meeting, so you can introduce. Okay, so that, yeah, please. Oh, okay, so it's some progress in the OpenSBI. So the Wang Xiang is a contributor for the OpenSBI and the U-boot and or core boot. So some relative to the boot progress. So there's some progress. And the next slide is the performance tracking team. So we are just testing almost every benchmarks that we can get, either free or commercial. So just testing some results on it, and so but they're in a very initial or optimized version. So we're still trying to using the latest compilers and the configurations to get the number or score more higher. Yeah, so next is the Xiangshan. I'm not sure that the team member was on the meeting, but they are really doing a very good job. They have the first version, the Yanxihu version architecture has the chip has tape out and get back and running. They're still successfully run the Linux and get the benchmark results of the spec CPU 2006. Very promising. And the next version, Nanhu, is already being, if I remember, it had already been taped out, and the chip will come back before the end of the year, and hopefully we may have some more higher performance results.
So we can have a better builder based on that.
Hopefully. So it's just a CPU, so IP. So still needs a company or other groups to build a SoC based on this.
Okay.
So that's another hard job. So at least I can't imagine that. Not sure who can do this.
So is that the final? They have a test chip tape out, right?
Yeah. So the first version, the Yanxihu version, they have, but it has the physical chip tested, and Nanhu is sent to the foundry and not back. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. That's a fantastic news. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. So that's the MLR based on the RISC-V vector extension. So currently they're doing their job on the VM upstream. I think that with Google, engineers from Google and a few other companies focus on RISC-V. Yeah, but I'm not familiar with this, so I would like to skip and Yeah. So next to us three something else. So the OpenCV project, which is a very important project on the graphical and version area. So the OpenCV has a good support for the RISC-V, and recently in the last few years, they are trying to support the RISC-V vector extension, and since 2020, I think. And actually, this is just some upgradation along with the update of the vector extension itself. Yeah, so next is the Chisel team. So yeah, I think we can skip this safely. So not sure they wake up. So the good news is that we have some SV57 patch that have been merged into the next, and the SVN NAPOT patch that was still under review. So there's no big news here. I think that the merging into Linux is a relatively long time period. Yeah, that's me. So the laptop plan, we are still hoping that they're going to be but there's no public news that shows the evidence that any company was producing the RISC-V laptops. We are still optimistic about this.
I think if we can have the chip from StarFi in the summer, maybe we can make it at the end of this year.
Yeah, hopefully. And I'm almost sure that by the end of the year, the library office and the other I call the last 5% would be ported to the RISC-V platform. Yeah, okay. So I think that's all the slides I put on the fly. I will try my best to translate this into English before we publish the portable version.
Yeah. Sorry for some question and go through. But when I go through your slide, I pretty interested about your lab live. Yeah, how to say? Let me see. Is that one? CI and testing. So what is the architecture for? What is the framework of the CI and testing? Is there any decision for that, or because you wanted to test a different distribution? So for different distribution, they have their own CI system, or
yes.
or yeah. So is that we have the infrastructure to host every tester system?
So basically, there are three categories or three types of the testing. The first one is that very simple for the testing sake. So we just use the RISC-V lab as a code base as a infra, and invites the developers and CI maintainers from different open source projects, and so they can access, they can log into the devices directly using the SSH, and deploy and integrate the devices into their own CI infrastructure and start testing. Just like the project like the Openjdk is doing with in a good shape, and I think the Archinix is also have some integrated few MH boards into its build farm. Yeah, and the second one is that we may need some to copy or mirror the CI infra of some open source projects, just like the OpenOla and a few other distributions and important software projects like QEMU, and before we can get into the CI infra of the open source project itself, we have to build it downstream. So that's another way to do this. And the third way is just related with the technical architecture or framework. It's just a process that we hire or recruit a lot of testers, either volunteered or paid, and try to install the system software and do some manual testing.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I actually from my side, I'm working on Fedora on that. So we are using the Koji system. So the Open Koji will be the main base of our new version distro. So
that was very good.
Yeah, you see if we can integrate into this and as a CI testing. But yeah, once we finish the basic environment by upgrade the Python and Perl, then we can do this way. And yeah, okay, thank you.
Yeah, good to hear.
So for now, we kind of over time already, and as many Chinese is in a meeting, and it's a time for lunch and maybe your dinner right now. So yeah. If anyone has any question, and please say that right now. Anyone?
So I do have a question. So when I'm looking at the CI testing, so you guys are testing the Openjdk. So do you have the benchmark the data available somewhere?
Yeah, so for the Openjdk, there are two parts. One is for the CI testing, which was regression testing. It has been integrated into the Openjdk community already. And from the East Coast side, we are doing some benchmarks, just like the spec JVM. But currently, it's not for the performance measurement. It's just there are some failures on individual test cases. So we are still working on how to fix the failures. There's no public benchmark results available yet.
Okay, so your testing matrix doesn't compare the RISC-V and the other architecture of CPU, right?
Not yet. Yeah, not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
But, yeah, and I think that the currently the performance is of unmatched. It's not good enough to publish the results, I think.
Okay, no problem. Okay, that's all my question. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay. Any more questions? All right. So for now, for American people, maybe they can call it a day, and for us, we can have a lunch or dinner. Thank you very much for attending. And if you still have some question, you can email to us and email to the mailing list. Okay. So thank you, and let's see you next time. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.